Hey, what's going on, everybody? Max here with BB. And today, for 10 minutes max, we're going to go way over 10 minutes because we are talking about one of my favorite subjects, meme coins. There's a lot going on right now that we need to discuss. And we're going to start with Doge, which has been on an absolute face ripper as of recent. And we're going to work our way down, probably next going to Pepe and then some other small caps that I think you ought to consider putting on your watch list. And I'm going to explain to you with data why I think that is. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into the charts, guys. So Doge has been going absolutely nuts. This is something we've been following for a while. I made a video on Doge back here in the bear market explaining how I think that this is probably, at the time, it was like the easiest 10 or 13x in crypto. And so right now it's January 23rd. So maybe 8 or 9 months. Basically, a new all-time high for Doge coming as soon as the end of this year, 8 or 9 months from now. And we are seeing Doge lead the charge, to say the least. Okay, lead the charge, to say the least. It's been kicking everything's butt recently. I'm going to show you guys some TA, but I also want to discuss the significance of this Doge pump, right? Like, what does it mean for the broader market, and like, why do we care about this, legacy dino meme coin, right? And you're probably looking at Doge being like, well, I've already missed the pump. Well, actually, I'm going to explain to you why I think that you haven't missed the pump, and it's just about to begin. And then also, we're going to talk about some other coins and to how this Doge pump will translate over into other coins. So there's no missing the pump, right? It's crypto. There's always a pump somewhere. But I made some drawings in advance just because I wanted to keep the video under like 2 hours because I always go too long. All right. So we got Doge up top right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the candle colors. We're going to make it real pretty. All right. Here's Doge. And then we're going to put Bitcoin up down below. And I want to show you, and it's important to properly kind of contextualize and put in a backdrop to where we potentially are within the cycle, right? And obviously Bitcoin now is, ripping over 80K, and we're seeing Bitcoin dominance really still holding up, which means, Bitcoin for the most part is outperforming most altcoins. But with that said, Doge is still, really, really outperforming basically everything. So taking a look at Bitcoin right here, here's the previous all-time high for Bitcoin. Okay. Previous 2 cycles we're looking at. So as you can see, if you look at this cycle right here, right? This was 2 cycles ago. You can see that when Bitcoin finally kind of gapped away right here in this candle, when Bitcoin finally gapped up above its previous all-time high, not just a little wick, but like actually gapped up goodbye, Doge was like right here in this red box. Right? Doge was right here. All right. It was starting to move up into this candle, right? So Bitcoin finally goes into price discovery, and then Doge basically gets above its previous cycle shoulder, okay? So what are we doing right now? Well, Bitcoin, as you can see here, finally broke above its previous all-time high, and Doge is kind of doing the same thing right now. It's kind of doing the same thing. So, to people that like they're feeling like they maybe missed the pump or something like that, I would say to them, based on historical trends, this is really when Doge starts to pick up here, is right now, as Bitcoin finally gaps and breaks away from that previous all-time high suppression, which is not uncommon to see. And if we go back and we look at this previous cycle, right? Let's look at it from like this high, right? We had this same high over here, right? So we had our bear market. Look, we had our bear market range. Oops, sorry, meant to just draw a circle there. We had our bear market range high, and then before the bull market really began, you had a little sweep of that high and then a retrace into demand, and that's basically where we're at right now. So let's just take a measured move from, percentage wise, and then also the amount of time it took. to get basically from when we bottomed out before the parabolic rally began, Doge basically rallied 30,000% in 224 days. Let me preface with this, okay? One, I am not expecting Doge to go up 30,000% again, okay? I am simply not. I don't think it's going to happen. We actually, we didn't even go up as much over here. We went up like 10,000%, okay? Could Doge go to like a few dollars? Yeah, and we're going to talk about that, okay? And then we're going to talk about some other meme coins, so stick with us, okay? This is a really important video. But I'm less concerned about calling where something is going to go and just recognizing that it is important, it is pertinent to be super, super long aggressively and be deployed and exposed to this market until the market tells me it's no longer time to do that. Okay. So it's like I'm sitting in a river right now and I'm on an inner tube and I'm just letting the current take me downstream right now. I'm not fighting it. I'm not trying to steer. I'm not, swimming upstream, side to side. I am long. And wherever the market is going to take this thing, it's going to take this thing. If it goes to $1 and tops, that's great. If it goes to $10 and tops, I mean, that's even better. But point being is it's hard to call out where this thing's going to go for sure. There's a lot of stuff to consider, but all I know is that it's time to be long, and I have the charts and I have the levels, and I'll figure out when it's time to hop off the inner tube, okay? So what I was saying is I'm concerned with the timing of things, right? Like how long does the timing typically take, right? So this pump over here, and again, we're not going all the way back, but I figure we can just, check it out. 329 days, right? Could maybe go right here and say, yeah, that was 315 days, or we could shorten it up and go 203 days. A lot of different ways to look at it, right? The point being is history tells us you got about, 200 to 300-ish days to be super, super long with a setup like we're seeing right now. All right, with a setup like we're seeing right now. And we're really just starting is the point of all this. Is like we are just getting going right now. So anyways, that's Doge, and by the way, this is in log mode, right? So Bitcoin goes into price discovery. And here, I'll move this back down and get rid of this. So, this is in log mode. This is really what the chart looks like right here. Save this. Like you can't even see the previous accumulation over here. Like you can't even see it. That's how crazy it gets, right? In order to see it, you have to zoom way in like this. So I make it easier to see by putting in log mode, but like if we're going to do something like we've done the previous two cycles, I mean, you are in theory like right around here, and we got all this to look forward to, right? So this idea of being late, when you contextualize it properly with the backdrop of what Bitcoin is doing, in my opinion, doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? And here, I'll just even add this one more example, and then we'll move on to some other stuff, which is just as important, even more important, right? Other meme coins. So here is your previous all-time high for Bitcoin first cycle. Previous all-time high second cycle, and then currently previous all-time high. So you can see, even 2 cycles ago when things got crazy, it was right here, right? I'll make this a little bit more visible, right? When Bitcoin went into price discovery, that's when Doge went nuts, right? It's real simple. Bitcoin goes into price discovery, Doge goes nuts, right? So what are we seeing right now? Bitcoin's going into price discovery. It's about to tag 83K right now, like while we're recording this video. So Bitcoin's going into price discovery. What is Doge doing? And that's like what I was talking about, where it's like it's pertinent to just recognize the conditions and stay super, super long until there's a reason to get super, super short or sell. And by the way, I made a video on this. You can see like basically the most effective strategy on how to recognize that the market cycle is coming to an end. So I'm not going to cover all that. Yeah, we're at 83 now. That's beautiful. I'm not going to cover all that right here, but we can you can watch that video. All right. So anyways, Doge looks great. One kind of funny thing that I think is probably worth mentioning with Doge, I've got some levels marked out here. For one, this is Doge dominance. So think of a pie chart. This is Doge. This is Doge, but represented as a percentage of the total crypto market cap. We're breaking out here as well, right? So Doge dominance goes up. That means that Doge is gaining market share against all the other crypto assets. I've got an alert set here at 4.18%. I kind of have a feeling, just as a meme, that Doge is going to go to 4.20%, 420. Ha ha ha. Right. Crypto, just like last cycle, Bitcoin topped at 69K, right? And then you'll notice like Bitcoin will top at like 4.269. I mean, just like 420 and 69 in crypto, for whatever reason, they seem to have a grip on the market. So I would just mark out Doge dominance at 420, right? And that would take you above your previous all-time high for Doge dominance. Now understand, this is the difference between the Doge USD all-time high. This is a different chart, right? Like this, if we go up here, it could be Doge going to 80 cents or it could be Doge going to $8, right? It depends on what the rest of crypto is doing, but mark out 420 on your Doge dominance percentage, okay? All right. So I want to talk about Pepe now and kind of work our way down a little bit. So initially, and we're going to start with here, we'll go like this. So Pepe is looking really good here, by the way. So here's the Pepe chart. And then we're going to pull Doge back up. I've got some cycle comparisons too. Pepe, in my opinion, is finishing a monster reaccumulation and is about to go nuts. It's about to absolutely go nuts. Let's see, I think this is the drawing. Yep. So you can see it was being rejected by this trend line. I mean, for months, right? This goes all the way back to summer, and we finally just broke out of it. So Pepe's looking really good here. I've got some more drawings saved. Let me find them here. No. Yeah, here it is. So beautiful retest. Like this whole drawdown retested high time frame demand and then ranged, little deviation, kind of broke out. We've been stuffed by this H12 supply, and we are, now pretty much just going to start marking up, in my opinion, right? Like we're looking really good. And one thing I want to discuss is actually the Pepe Doge pair. Okay. So initially, and a lot of you guys found me because of my Pepe coverage, in the bear market. Like I was buying Pepe, way, down, like sub 400 mil market cap in the bear market. I mean, technically I bought it way earlier than that, but sold too early and then rebought it. Whatever. I digress. We bought Pepe initially like down here, on chain. I'm basically looking for Pepe to do something like SHIB did, where it consolidated for a while. Then, maybe Pepe does something like this and pulls a SHIB. So one of the reasons that I bought Pepe in the bear market in the first place is because I saw what was happening with the Pepe Doge pair, right? Doge is effectively the Bitcoin of meme coins. So what do I mean by that? For example, in a very literal sense, Doge is the grandchild of Bitcoin. Doge is a fork of Litecoin, which is a fork of Bitcoin. All right. Doge is a proof of work network that's older than Ethereum, and it gains its DNA from Bitcoin. Right. So Doge is the meme coin king. Right. It's like when the entire market class, when crypto is ripping, what do we like to see? Well, we like to see Bitcoin leading the charge higher like it's doing right now because it's a sign of a healthy market, right? When Bitcoin leads, it means that you could probably trust the pump a little bit more, right, than if altcoins were leading and Bitcoin wasn't doing anything. So I view Doge the exact same way, and it's been working for me for quite some time. You want Doge to lead the meme coin pumps. When Doge leads the meme coin pumps, it typically means that your smaller meme coins have a much higher probability of sticking the landing. All right. So if your little, micro cap meme coin just launched, brand new kind of thing is pumping and Doge is not doing anything, it might just be kind of a hype driven, PvP style, player versus player, like trying to get somebody to buy your bags kind of thing. But when Doge starts pumping, it is the rising tide that lifts all ships. Like Doge is the Bitcoin of meme coins. You get a reinvigorated, reignition, flame lit of capital into the meme genre. All right. So Doge added over $20 billion to its market cap in the past week. I don't think enough people recognize how significant that really is. I think they're a little bit like numb to it. But there's a lot of new memes out there, like Pepe included. Pepe's like a $5 billion meme, and Doge just added 20 billion to its market cap in 1 week. People are not ready for the meme super cycle. But one of the reasons that I bought Pepe in the bear market was because of this. Right? Like we were watching this, and it was basically we were doing oops. Sorry about that. We were in this like falling compression right here. And we had a really nice deviation right here. So we were aggressively buying, instead of buying Doge, we were buying Pepe, which again, this is Pepe Doge. So Pepe divided by Doge. What does this mean? This chart goes up, Pepe is outperforming Doge. It goes down, Doge is outperforming Pepe. All right. So it's like ETH BTC, but with meme coins. Okay. And you want to pair everything against Doge, because if your meme coin's not outperforming Doge or has a chance to, then why not just hold Doge? It's way safer, right? Same philosophy as Bitcoin. So recently, this is a trade that we've taken. Is basically we're still holding a bunch of Pepe with size, but buying more Doge here in hopes to rotate it over into Pepe in the not too distant future. So what am I really interested in doing right here? Well, I bought a really big bag of Doge, like up in here. And my plan, and I've told our community this, they get to see everything that I'm doing, is I was looking to basically buy Doge up in here. And then Trump's going to win the election. And I have some other old drawings saved here. Yeah, I had this drawn. Maybe you guys saw this on Market Check or something. But Trump wins and Doge pumps more than Pepe. It's happening perfectly. So I think it's possible that this pair is getting close to a bottom. Like you're either going to come back to this like extreme mega demand right here, or you're going to come all the way below this wick right here, this wick, and you're going to put in a bottom like right here and then move up. So I'm looking to sell my Doge into more Pepe. Even though I am super overweight Pepe already, I'm looking to sell my Doge into more Pepe down here. The Pepe US dollar pair looks really good, as we already discussed, right? Like this thing is getting ready to rip, and I'm going to show you some more USD charts on this in just a second. But in terms of like rotations, I am not at all expecting the Doge Pepe pair to put in like a full retrace, to its bear market range low or something like that. Like I think you're getting really close here to a bottom. Like I think this is the spot somewhere around here. And if this doesn't happen and it magically turns around right here, then I wouldn't consider swapping, my Doge into more Pepe until this. I would want to see a break of market structure up in here. But I think there's probably a decent chance you could come down into here, and then you can swap your Doge into Pepe and then ride Pepe up against Doge the rest of the cycle, outperforming it. Okay. But again, I'm super overweight Pepe. So it's really just kind of trying to increase my coin denominated holdings. That's all that this is. But watch this level. Watch this level on the Pepe Doge pair. So let's pull back up Pepe and let's have a little bit of fun here. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up Doge first. and then Pepe. So this is, yeah, Doge is at 31 cents now. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So you guys have seen this before. A lot of you that have followed for a while. And by the way, guys, if you haven't yet, we're getting the ball rolling here. We're gonna keep cooking. Do me a solid, like the stream. All right, like it's not a stream. Like the video, and also subscribe to the channel if you are new here. We're gonna be making a lot more of these videos, so definitely support the channel. Just hit the like, hit the subscribe. You get notified whenever I post a video. But this is Bitcoin's ripping. That is beautiful. All right. So I gotta get this video out soon before we start ripping too much. All right, there's a couple different options here. So a lot of you guys will remember this. All right, a lot of you guys will remember this. So I made this. I gotta get this all set here. So hang on just a second. All right, so there's. And then actually I had SHIB on there as well. And I think it was, yeah, I think it was this one. Yeah, this should be it. Perfect. All right. So there's this idea of sort of like a glass ceiling that was put in place last cycle, where we saw Doge and SHIB, the two main meme coins of last cycle, both hit a $50 billion market cap, okay? As you can see right here, you can see that Doge swept it, actually went, you know, it was there for a couple weeks, but you know, it didn't last long. But Doge went to like I think 70 or 80 billion or something like that. SHIB swept 50 billion. So that's kind of like your glass ceiling, like first target for this cycle. But here's the truth of it. Like 100 billion, 50 or 100 billion is not what it was 4 years ago. All right. It's not what it was 4 years ago. So you kind of have to move the goalpost and slide the scale a little bit. But I also want to, you know, I want to look at this and just go, okay, first of all, my target for Pepe is 50 billion. I published this chart months and months ago when we were literally down in here. Okay, none of this had happened yet. Like we were down right here and I posted this chart. It's on my X account, okay? So I've been watching this and my view on this has remained the exact same, that there's a very good case for Pepe to go to 50 billion. All right? Doge and SHIB did it last cycle and we were doing the same fractal. But I also think it's important to contextualize something. So let me remove this and just let's add an additional piece of analysis here, okay? So here's Doge. All right, and hang with me, guys. We're getting into some more alpha here, okay? You gotta, if you've made it this far in the video, you gotta keep watching, all right? So again, everything relates to Bitcoin. Like I can't emphasize that enough. It's less about like where the price goes and more about just recognizing it's time to stay long or it's time to stay short, and then just letting the market take you where it's going to take you and recognizing the signs to get off the raft, okay? Wow, Bitcoin's just ripping right now. That's beautiful. So the previous all-time high break for Bitcoin is so significant. All right, it is so important. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So the previous all-time high for Bitcoin last cycle, this is Doge last cycle, was right here. And we broke out right here. That is way too thick. Let's just put it in red right there. You can see that just fine. All right. Our current previous all-time high was, I mean, we'll just go right here, right? Because that was the all-time high, and then we paused for a while. So this was the previous all-time high for Bitcoin. So you can see very clearly that like we are breaking out. My initial fractal for Pepe was that we're basically like we were right here, and this is where we were. We were like in this little phase for Doge over here, which was before last bull market. But when I take a step back and I look at this, I say, you know what, maybe I was wrong on this idea, you know, because I'm always preaching how important the timing is in relation to Bitcoin over everything. And the truth is that it doesn't really make sense. This fractal no longer makes sense. Like, why would, if Bitcoin's just breaking out right here in November, then how is it possible that, we would be at our purple dot, which is where Doge was when Bitcoin was like within 10% of its all time high last cycle? I might be wrong on this idea. All right. So it's also possible that right now, and I think I have this saved. So maybe instead of this, we're actually like right here, right? Like this might be it. This might be where we're at. And Pepe is going to go way higher than I had initially anticipated because of where Bitcoin is and how early we still are in this cycle in relation to Bitcoin, right? So I'm open to being wrong on that idea and being too conservative because, again, initially I had, instead of it being here, and by the way, it's literally the same fractal, right? Like this is doing this same fractal again, but now it lines up with Bitcoin. So instead of it being down here, we're actually doing it up here because of where Bitcoin's breaking out. So just something to consider there, right? But I find it very interesting, because like we really still are so early. Like if you're here and you're watching these videos, like might not feel like it, but like you are so early. It's unbelievable how early you are. All right. So let's go back to, wow, we are ripping right now. That is beautiful. You just love to see that. So here's Pepe again. All right. Now, I want to show you this. Actually, I think it was on this one. Yeah, we can just redraw it. That's fine. So I want to show you the significance of what I would consider to be, and I am biased, of course, but actually, I mean, I'm very objective, but like I am biased because I've been covering it for so long. I want to show you what I consider to be, the best beta play, like the beta of beta plays in crypto. Okay. The beta of beta plays in crypto. So it's like if you feel like, Doge is too big for you, or it's already pumped, or you're only playing with a small amount of money and you need more out of it. I've explained to you like where I think Doge is going to go and why, right? I mean, Doge over a dollar, in my opinion, it's a soft toss at this point. But I've explained to you that Pepe's, in my view, going to 50 billion, and I was also potentially wrong about where Pepe was going to go because I didn't properly relate it to where Bitcoin was, right? So I just showed you option number 2. But there's also a ticker called Andy out here, which is related to Pepe, and I'm going to explain to you guys why. Some of you probably already know. But this is one of the most highly correlated beta plays to Pepe. Literally, I mean, it's the best beta play in the market, right? In terms of like wanting, if you are an investor that really wants to understand why your ticker moves the way that it does, and you can't get behind random movements and like trying to, pick up social trends quickly, and you just want a very highly correlated, like sophisticated, um, you know, I mean, honestly, very safe, fair launch meme coin. Like, there's no better play than Andy, and I'm going to show you why. So, for one, like, why do these charts look the same? So, here's Pepe on the left. All right, we're going to go through all this quick. Pepe on the left and Andy on the right. Now, what is Andy? So, Pepe was created by an artist named Matt Fury, and he created a comic series called The Boys Club. And there's 4 characters in it. There's Pepe, uh, Andy, Brett, and Landwolf. All right. So there's this boys club meta because of what Pepe has already done and is going to continue to do, where now the other characters of the boys club are actually getting bid as well. So whenever Pepe moves, Andy moves. And I mean, look at the charts, right? Like, let's go through them. So here's your little, like, bear market consolidation, right? Just try to do this quickly. And then, here's your first consolidation. Just go here. Right. And then you got I'm just marking this out quick just so you guys can see, how all this looks just really quickly here. That we had this little drop here, make this purple, I guess. Same little drop right here. And then, we had this move right here. And I guess we'll make that ugly blue. And we'll make that ugly blue. And then, of course, you can see, even right here, I mean, you can see the range is, I mean, it's identical, right? Like when Pepe moves, Andy moves, right? It's literally the exact same chart. But like, let's talk about percentages now. So you can see, I mean, see very, very clearly, it's the exact same chart. But why would you buy Andy over Pepe? Well, it's the same reason you'd buy Pepe over Doge, right? And it's not an all-in or all-out strategy, right? But it's about risk-adjusted returns and potential, okay? So let's take some measurements here. So I mean, we can even go back to the bear market over here, right? So from that low up here, and I'll change this to, just change this here. From this low, from blue box to green box, the high was, 1100%. All right. Andy went up 54,000%. All right. Let's find some more examples here. Pepe, from green box to red box, went up 300% from like the very wick low. I mean, in reality, it was more like right here. That was like a liquidation wick, but, whatever. So from that low to the high, Andy went up 847, right? So we'll be super fair here. Pepe went up 333. Andy went up 847, right? Let's keep going here. How about from, this local low, the wick low, to the current high? Well, Pepe from this low to the current high went up 125%. And now we're going to do the exact same move, same exact dates and everything. Andy went up 313. Okay. So the charts look basically 100% identical to each other, right? So I'm going to explain it in the simplest way possible. We kind of already did. But what you have here with Andy is you have a leveraged Pepe on chain. So you can hold a leveraged version of Pepe without having to actually trade margin on a centralized exchange. So you can look at Pepe and go, oh, based on my analysis, I think that it's very clear that Pepe is going to go here, right? You could say that. And if that happens to Pepe, then the exact same thing is going to happen to Andy. But based on the relationship that we just talked about, if Pepe goes up 300%, based on the current data that we have, it's very feasible to imagine that Andy would go up, 800 to 1500%, right? Based on the current correlation. It's not perfect, but it's basically like a 2 to 5 times leveraged Pepe. Okay? So there's a couple ways to approach it. You can go, all right, I have $100. and I could either put $100 into Pepe or I could put $30 into Andy, and you would effectively be getting the same exposure. Or you could put that whole $100 in Andy, and just assume that you're going to outperform Pepe. Pepe returns by 3x or something like that. But the data is here. The data is overwhelming. It's undeniable. You can't refute it. It's simply just right here. I mean, even like zooming in on like the local range, it's literally the exact same chart. Like it's identical, right? It's just that Andy moves more. Andy moves more than Pepe. Like, how about this most recent move? Andy moves up basically 300%. And from that same low to the high, Pepe moved up 90%, right? It's the exact same thing. So, looking at these charts, if we think that Pepe could go to, 50 billion, that's, a 10x from here, roughly, for Pepe, right? That would be something like this. So we'll just adjust these charts a little bit. So if we think that Pepe could go to 50 billion from right here, that would be potentially like right up in here. So if this happens to Pepe, then most likely what happens to Andy is something like this, right? If Pepe can go up 700% from here, Andy's going to go up thousands, right? As an on-chain leverage beta play to Pepe. Okay. So I find it to be extremely interesting, right? Like looking at these. And it's just how capital flows, right? So like Doge is moving a lot right now. And it's giving the all clear to things like Pepe. And then Pepe gives the all clear to things like Andy, right? And we can work our way down the meme risk curve, but we are being validated and given that risk on signal from Doge. And Doge is the Bitcoin of meme coins. Just like Bitcoin is ripping above 83K right now, it's going to keep ripping and it's going to lead this market higher, and it's going to create that on-chain wealth effect where people now, their long-term spot bags have appreciated, and then they start gambling on meme coins, right? And altcoins and speculation plays. And that's when you start to see things go crazy, and that's what's going to lead the next leg higher, right? Doge is giving the all clear. So it is not too far off from Pepe starting its next leg higher. And, then Andy's going to go higher, right? And there's plenty of other meme coins, but this is a 40-minute video already, so I can't talk about them all. But I just wanted to talk about, Doge is ripping face, guys, and it's giving you a lot of signal. So understand what it means for the rest of the market, okay? It's a really good sign. It's contextually with Bitcoin also breaking the all-time high, it's a really good signal for the rest of the market. Thank you guys so much for being here. Before you guys go, please consider liking the video and also subscribing if you found some value out of what we just did here today. And last but not least, guys, please consider checking out the links below. BB Terminal is an absolutely awesome product, guys. It's a Swiss Army knife. It's got all of the tools and data that you could ever need or want in order to succeed in these markets. And we custom built it here at BB. We spent about 9 months to about a year, actually, building this thing from scratch, and we are now in beta, so you can actually use it. It's heavily discounted right now, and if you buy the BB terminal, you can also pay in crypto, guys. If you check that out, you can pay in crypto. You're going to get access to our Telegram alerts channel also, but if you really want to take your trading to the next level, guys, check out one of our Discord packages. What you can expect there is 3 hours per day of private live voice calls with me and the entire BB team and community. We have active positions channels, TA channels, things that we don't talk about here on YouTube or on X, guys. There's nothing like it out there. And within the BB Discord, you're going to get free access to the BB terminal included for free. There is not another community out there doing what we're doing, guys. So we continue to reinvest our time and our money into the community, and that's why people love it and they stay. So this market is too big to navigate alone. I encourage you to get out there, find your group. We certainly want to be that group for you. Maybe, it's not what you're looking for. Maybe it's exactly what you're looking for. But my trading has gotten exponentially better. My confidence in these markets has gotten exponentially better when I surrounded myself with the guys on the BB team and the BB community. A bunch of guys, like-minded individuals that take it seriously. So definitely consider checking out one of our Discord packages. But if not, join us with BB Terminal plus Telegram. Last but not least, guys, check out the BB Academy. If you like my charting here today and you want to learn all of our tips, tricks, secrets, everything like that, how we cumulatively as a team here at BB have navigated these markets from a technical and fundamental perspective for decades. Check out the BB Academy, guys. I just dropped a free course, How to Make Your Trading View Charts Look Beautiful. Important first step. If you don't know how to look at the data and manipulate the data to be easier to understand, you're going to struggle. So check out that free course. But if you really want to take it to the next level and expedite your journey towards understanding these markets, check out the paid course, guys. There's nothing like it out there. I honestly can say with confidence, it's one of the best courses, if not the best trading courses for all levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced. It covers everything you need to know. So a lot of people out there, myself included, teaching TA for free and FA. But there's a difference between a paid product and a free product, and you guys will see that if you join the BB Academy. It's an absolutely awesome course. But yeah, join us somewhere, guys. Join us in the Discord. Check out BB Terminal. Check out BB Academy. You can pay in crypto now for our services, so major, major benefit. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for being here. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Take care.